In this video, I want to show you some new options we've added for project images and cover images so that you can brand your projects really nicely for your clients, your external partners that you work with, and your internal team as well. So, to see the new options, if you go to either add project image or add cover image, let's start by adding a cover image. You'll see that we've now got a few different options up the top here. So I'll run through each one, show you how it works. So upload is straightforward. This is as it was before. You can click and you can upload an image. Let's upload an Art Creative logo here. You can scale to decide your scale, and you can even zoom in, zoom out, or replace the image if you want. So you've got a bit of control over cropping the image as well. When you add the image, it just takes a second or two, and then that'll be added as your project image. And we've got a few more options now as well. So if you go in here, you can also see that we've got Unsplash here. So if we search for an image, for example, office, or let's search for to do. And you can see we're given a bunch of different images that are related to do. Let's choose one. I think let's choose this one with the plant. You can see that's then scaled into the project image size, and again we can scale that if we like. If we don't like it, we can always go back and select another one, or we can do another search and choose another image as well. But let's just add that, and there we go. We've got a new image from Unsplash as our project image, and we could do the same for the cover image as well. So if we click in here, you see we could upload just like we could before, but now we can also search Unsplash as well. So if we search again for to do, we'll be able to find the same image here. This time it's scaled slightly differently because it's scaled for the sized for the cover image, but we can readjust that just like you saw me do, and we can add that to the cover image there. Great. So we do have a few more options. If you want to, I'll just delete those, and then we can choose the next option, which is use AI, which is pretty cool. Obviously AI is very big at the moment. Let's you put it to some good use. So perhaps you've got a football project. So if we search for football ball, for example, I'll create that image. Let's see what AI generates for us. Okay, pretty straightforward. But you can search and see what it will create, and use it until you get something that you like. If we add that as a project image, again just takes a second to add as a project image, and we could do something similar because we've got the same options in the cover image as well. We could use AI and say, because we're going to have a different scaled image, we could say football field, for example. And AI will only take a second, and then create a, let's say, a UK football field, or let's call it a soccer field. May have spelled that wrong. Clicked create too quickly. That'll do. So let's add that. And we've got a really nicely branded football project. So a couple more options that we've got in here are to use a colour. Really straightforward, but really nice just to have a solid colour as your project image. So in here, let's choose a blue. And you can see we just get a blue square. When paired with the cover image, we could do the same colour, or we could of course do a different colour. You can see again a different aesthetic, but really nice just to have a solid colour sometimes. And if you go back to your project list, you can see that this follows through to the project list and the Kanban and all the other layouts as well, so you can get that coloured throughout. So if you wanted to actually give each project its own colour for any reason, that'd be a nice way to do it, and you've got a solid colour as your project image. Finally, on the project image, we've got one other option, which is homepage. And this is fantastic for if you're working with customers, which many people who use project.co do. You can pull in the logo of a particular company, your client, that you're working with, and use that as the project logo. So for example, let's take a well-known company, Netflix.com. We'll type in their homepage, and it pulls their logo, and we can add that as the project image. You might then use that along with the colour option to say, let's have a black at the back. And now that looks pretty nice and nicely branded for Netflix. And you could do that for the different companies that you work with as well. So, a few different options there to really nicely brand your projects. So you can see we've got the ability to upload, choose by Unsplash. You can create images by AI, add a colour, or pull in an image of a company's homepage logo. If anybody's got any questions, reach out to support@project.co as always, and I'd be very happy to help.